Bryce Young running with the first team offense. He will be the week 1 starter. He'll be a 17-game starter if he gets healthy. He's, of course, not being treated like that in fantasy, where as more of a traditional pocket passer, where he's going to have to like earn it in fantasy. He's not going to get any QB1 benefit of the doubt this year. Whereas the number 4 overall pick, Anthony Richardson, going as the QB7, the QB8 in offseason best ball drafts. He will be going very high in redrafts too. And it makes sense to all of us. It makes sense to me. He's a dual threat, game-breaking athlete. We know that rushing ability is a game breaker in fantasy. But I just wonder, like, what are the odds that Bryce Young actually outpoints Anthony Richardson in redraft fantasy as a rookie? Because I'll tell you what, it's not 0, and it's probably not even just like 25%. It's probably much higher than that. And just like, have we even like taken any time to think about this yet? That maybe the number 1 overall pick might be good, and that maybe the number 4 overall pick, who did not really pass in college and has started 13 games, I believe, since high school, might not be ready. Denny, what do you think?
Pat, 2013 called. They want their fantasy analyst back. I don't care if he's good. I do not care. I'd like him to be good. It'd be fun. It'd be good. But as Denny knows, sorry to jump ahead of you, Denny.
No, it's fine.
He's going to run the ball a lot. And you know how you score fantasy points like that? It's just as easy as anything. You run the ball a lot. So I outside of injury, I also think there's very, very little chance Anthony Richardson is not the week 1 starter. It is a slightly higher chance than Bryce Young.
I'd say much higher. It could be one of those things where he just doesn't look ready in training camp, and because he quite often didn't look ready at Florida.
Yeah, the team did already immediately talk him up. Not saying like we've locked him in as our week 1 starter, but there was and supposedly at OTAs he also looked good. Like, we haven't got any of this disaster talk yet. It could happen because, like you said, he does not enter the league at the same level of passing ability as Bryce Young. But I think it's low. I still think it's very low that he doesn't start week 1. Bryce Young is functionally 0 that he doesn't start week 1. Richardson is low, though. And outside of that, he would have to play so poorly to get benched for Gardner Minshew. A clear backup, no reason to play him other than you don't want to, like, your quarterback's so bad you're embarrassed by it. It's possible he gets there, but I also think Steichen is the perfect coach to mask the weaknesses and promote the strengths of a quarterback like Anthony Richardson. So because of that, I think the games played projection is really similar between Richardson and Young. And holding that constant, Richardson's outscoring him to me. It's like 80-20.
Before we go to Denny, I'll just say, so the good news with the Colts is they do want Anthony Richardson to win the job. Right. I think we're past the era where teams use like a top 8 pick on a quarterback and they like clearly like don't even want him to win the job. You know, like, hey, he's not ready.
No, that's 49ers country.
Not ready.
Well, Matt Nagy did that with Fields. He
exactly.
did that exact same
That's true.
thing.
It's a dying breed. It's not dead, but it's a dying breed where the Colts at least want him to win. But Kyle, you're talking about the new Colts coach Shane Steichen and like how he's kind of the right guy for Anthony Richardson. Guess who knows Shane Steichen's system quite well? Who may have played in it in the city of Philadelphia and made starts in it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he get sacked like 14 times the last time we saw him start?
He did.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But no, I do get it. Look, Minshew I think should be probably drafted in Superflex leagues. Okay. And I think that there's a pretty decent chance that he gets some playing time this year because I mean, the chances that Anthony Richardson comes in and just seizes the job and makes him unbenchable for
like unassailable.
Yeah, I just think that's kind of low. I hope that he has, a long leash as far as like mistakes go and errant throws. I hope the Steichen, like Kyle mentioned, is up for adjusting the offense and tailoring the offense to emphasize Richardson's strengths and de-emphasizes his weaknesses, maybe in the passing, in the intermediate passing game particularly. But Minshew becomes interesting, I think, in this Colts offense if he gets a job. I'm just saying, like,
this took a real dark turn.
No, he becomes interesting in the 12-team format if you're trying to stream. Also, Michael Pittman eats if Minshew is under center this year.
What kind of quarterback is good for Michael Pittman? I feel like I've heard he'll be good with a better deep ball quarterback. He'd be good with a more conservative quarterback. I feel like we just have no idea if Michael.
No, he's not good. Michael Pittman is not good with Anthony Richardson. I've obviously on record with that. But
we've all seen your ranking, Denny.
Minshew, right? And I know, and you're working with the Department of Justice on that, and I respect that. But
the grand jury, Denny, is done convening, but they have reached a decision. I don't think.
Look, hey, you can indict a ham sandwich, okay? So that doesn't even matter to me. Yeah, no. So I'm with you on Minshew. I will say that there's a close to 0% chance that Richardson is outscored by Bryce Young.
I'd say there's a 44% chance.
Wow,
Bryce
this
Young
is egregious.
Points Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson. Even if you assume Bryce Young starts all 17 games, Anthony Richardson will outpoint him if he starts even 13 to 14 games. I could very easily see Anthony Richardson being like a 9 or 10 game starter as a rookie. And maybe kind of getting benched once or twice, or maybe kind of like fake injured once or twice, like to give him a breather. I mean, the guy was just the inexperience level is so high with Anthony Richardson. I mean, and the skills are still kind of raw with Anthony Richardson. And
we saw Minshew last year, though. He's not.
We saw Anthony Richardson in college, and
But there's clearly a difference. We're getting into there's no difference between good things and bad things territory. Minshew knows the system. Oh, you mean the system we saw him in last year, and he was.
I don't believe in the knowing the system. I'm just saying the way Shane Steichen's going to view this, where there's one holy script to all NFL coaches, one holy text, and that is knowing their system. They don't care about the Bible. They don't care about the art of the deal. They care about their playbook, and if you know it. And if you do, brother, you've got it made.
That's absolutely it. A coach loves a system knower. And that's what we see every year.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.